Hey everybody! I'm here today to show you and tell you how to adjust crutches to your height. This will be an easy tutorial and also a full tutorial, so let's get right into the video. First and foremost, there are basically two adjustments that you can make with crutches. The first adjustment is to the overall height of the crutches. The second adjustment is to the height of the actual hand piece that you're going to be holding on to, okay? So we're going to start off by making an adjustment to the overall height of the crutches, okay? So that's the first thing that we're going to do. Now, most crutches are going to be labeled with heights on them. So you can see this one has different heights on there. So you can use that as a guideline. However, I'm going to tell you what to look for because that's just a rule of thumb, okay? So what you want is the crutch to basically, the height of the crutch right here, you want this to be about 2 fingers under your armpit, okay? You don't want it to be touching your armpit. You don't want it to be pushing up against your armpit. You want it to be 2 fingers roughly under your armpit because you have lots of nerves here that you don't want to damage. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to move it down. As you can see right here, it is almost at my shoulder height, which is too high. I'm going to go ahead and adjust it. We're going to go ahead and push it 1 notch lower, okay? So right now it's basically on my armpit, okay? And we're going to go 1 notch lower as well. Okay, there we go. So now, as you can see right here, if I stand up nice and straight, I can fit 2 fingers right here between my armpit and the top of the crutch, as you can see right there. So I know that I am good, okay? 2, 3 fingers, you know, as long as there's enough of a gap there, you're good, okay? So that's a good height for me. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to take the other crutch and I'm going to adjust it to the same height, which is actually top notch on these crutches right here, just like that, okay? So we've now adjusted the height of the crutches, okay? Now the next thing you want to adjust is the actual hand pad that we're going to be placing our hand on. Very simple. I'm just going to angle the camera downwards to give you a better view. But essentially now we're going to stand up straight, place our arm over the crutch. As you can see right here, I'm placing my arm over the crutch like that, okay? And I want this hand pad to be lined up with my wrist, essentially. Okay, so right now, as you can see, it's lined up with my hand. Okay, I want it to be lined up with my wrist, so I'm going to have to go 1 higher than where it is. Because you want it so that when you put your hand on it and you push up, you're going to lift yourself up over the crutch. You don't want to be resting on the crutch. You want to lift yourself up over the crutch, off of the crutch, okay? So to do that is very simple. It's not as easy as the height adjustment. There's this little wing nut over here, okay? What we're going to do is we're going to loosen this wing nut. Try not to lose it because they are quite small. Okay, just like that, and then there might be a washer right here, so I'm going to take those, I'm going to place them over here, okay? Now there's a rod that comes out, and we're going to go 1 above, so we're going to go right here to the second one right over there. So I'm going to push the rod out like that, okay? So you can see there's a rod coming out. We're going to move it up to where we want it to be. Then I'm going to send the rod back through just like that, okay? And you just want to aim it and get it into the actual hole right there. Will take a little bit of maneuvering, but once you get it in there, you should be good. And it's going to come out the other side. So I need to line it up properly. There it is right there. I'm going to go ahead and put the washer back on and then tighten the wing nut back on. And make sure you tighten it up quite tightly just because you want this to stay in place, and you are going to be resting half of your weight essentially on each crutch. So tighten it up really nicely. Do the same thing with the other one. Like I said, I know that it is the second one from the top, so we're going to loosen up the wing nut just like that, okay, and remove the washer. Like I said, keep hold of that wing nut because it's really easy to lose it, to drop and lose it, and they're usually pretty small. So place those to the side safely and pop out that pin just like that, okay. I'm going to move it up to the next level where I want it to be. Send the pin through, and I'm going to try and put the pin through that little hole in the center of this thing right here. Like I said, it takes a little bit of maneuvering, but it's not that difficult to do. It's probably harder because I'm not actually holding the crutch completely. Okay, so there we go. It's through, and we're going to come out the other side and just go through. Come on, we're almost there. There we go. We're going to go through the other hole, just like that. Put the washer back on. We're almost done. It only takes a few minutes. I mean, it's just setting it up takes a few minutes, and then it's just getting comfortable with it. Okay, so I'm going to tighten this up really tightly, nice and tightly, just like that. And now, as you can see, it is, if I go stand up properly, it is where my wrist is, okay? So you can see right here, let's bring this a little bit further down so you can see, it is where my wrist is. That's essentially where it is. So when I go ahead and I'm ready to use it, I'll show you. When I'm ready to use the crutches, it's a very comfortable position and I can lift up my leg like that and I'm good to go. And that's basically it. That is essentially how to adjust crutches to your height. If you like this video, please be sure to give it a thumbs up. Let me know what you think down below as a comment, and of course be sure to subscribe for more great videos just like this one. And that's all I have for you today. Thanks for watching.